Hey there, Exiles. My name is Nev, and in today's video, what I was wanting to do is I was wanting to show you guys my character after one day of really playing the game. Now, I'm only on Act 4. I'm almost to the end of Act 4. I only get 2 or 3 hours of really playing the game because I do have a full-time job. So, I did get to Act 4 and, in about 2.5, 3 hours. And, yeah, I've been having a ton of fun. So, my character is, I am playing a witch. Okay, this will be an Occulist character. I am playing on a softcore. The reason I'm playing on softcore, not hardcore, like in the past, is simply because I want to test out the end game, right? I want to play the end game. And the problem I've always had in hardcore is I'm just not that good at the game yet. And every time I've gotten to maps in hardcore, I just die. And I kind of give up and I quit playing. So with this character, since this is a softcore character, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this character and I'm gonna take it all the way to maps, and I'm gonna try my best to to make this character the very best that I can make it. And I am level 41 right now. Now I'm going to be playing Essence Drain and Contagion. I do like damage over time sort of builds, and I really like the Essence Drain and the Chaos damage and all of that. I've always sort of played these type of builds. Now I know I could be playing meta right now, and I could play something like Detonate Dead or something else that's probably a little bit faster in leveling and stuff. But I'm having fun right now. So. Now, I am level 41, which isn't too awfully bad, I guess. I mean, or I don't know. I don't know if I'm behind in levels or if I'm kind of ahead. I'm probably ahead because I am a slow leveler, and I don't know the maps too awfully well, which means that I end up killing more monsters than I probably should. But I am working on that. So my defensive so far, we can check out my resistance. So my fire resistance is only at 53%, but my cold, my lightning is resist cap, which is pretty good. Now I do have some pretty cool gear on this character. So let's go ahead and show you my gear, and then we'll look over my passive tree, okay? So I do have just a pair of 3 greens and a blue on the hands here. Now the hands are actually pretty decent. Fire resistance, cold resistance, a little bit of life, a belt. I crafted I crafted that 18% lightning res on it. Now it does have that 58 max life roll, which is pretty decent actually. And then of course on my boots here, I've only got the 10% increased movement speed. I got a little bit of lightning res, and I crafted some life. So this could definitely be upgraded, as well as the belt here. Now for my chest, or the armor, I got a plus 40 to max life, and I've got that 18% fire res, and I crafted the 19% lightning res on it. And then the headpiece, of course, I got some dex, some int, cold resistance, not a lot of cold resistance, and not a lot of max life. My headpiece is pretty weak. Now let's go ahead and check out the rings and amulet here. Now my rings are okay. I do have a little bit of life. I got fire res and I got lightning res on this one, and then on the other one I just have cold res and I crafted some life. Now for the amulet, I am wearing a unique amulet, and this unique was actually pretty good. So I got this unique in the sewers in Act 3, and I tell you what, this unique actually carried me in terms of me just not using a health flask. it carried me almost to the end of Act 3, which is pretty incredible when you consider that the required level on this amulet is 16. So I definitely will, I'm going to replace this as soon as I can find another amulet. But I am going to keep this amulet for like twink gear or something like that, because that regenerate 4% of life is actually pretty good. And if you also notice on my character, you see that red and that blue circle. That's what the amulet does. It puts that around there. Now, for the best pieces on my character in terms of gear, my wands are good. My weapons are actually really, really, really good. And I got pretty lucky. So on this wand right here, you can see I did craft some code resistance on it. But you see I also have that +1 level of all chaos spell skill gems. That's huge. That is huge on a chaos build. That gives you so much extra damage, and I'm going to actually make a separate video explaining why these +1 type of wands do so much extra damage, just in case you don't fully understand the reason why some of these chaos builds or some of these code builds want to target these type of wands. Now, on my other one, as you can see, I have another +1 level of all chaos spell skill gems. That's so you could say almost that I have a +2 on all my chaos skill gems. So you can see why that is kind of a lot of damage. Now, I do. So I am leveling up some other gems now, and I have a staff, okay? And it's 34% to chaos damage over time multiplier, which is fantastic. However, what I didn't know originally, I didn't know that staffs could roll this. I didn't know that, okay? So when I was making my build, by the way, I'm not using any type of POB or anything like that, okay? So I'm strictly doing my own build, okay? Now, I've played this type of character in the past. I pretty much know what I need to take in order to make it successful. However, I'm not using a guide, okay? Which means that I'm not really looking at other people's gear, and I'm not checking out, what everyone else has on and stuff. But I was kind of curious about my gems. So I logged into PoE Ninja yesterday, and I was checking over, some gems to see how people set up their curses and everything. And I noticed a lot of people who's doing like a similar build like myself are actually using a staff. Now, I honestly thought that most people would use either double wand, or maybe a dagger and a shield, or a wand and a shield. If you're playing hardcore, more than likely you would use a like a wand and a shield, right? Because you need a shield. What I found though is that probably 75% of the people that was playing the type of build that I'm playing is actually using a staff. So I did not know that you could get the chaos damage over time multiplier, and apparently you can also get a +1 skill gems on staves as well. Now let's go ahead and look over the passives real fast, and I'll kind of go over this, and I'll tell you guys where I'm probably headed next on the tree. So when I started, I went strictly for spell damage. I went up, I grabbed Arcanist Dominion, which gave me more spell damage, intelligence. Then I got Heart and Soul for some life and mana. Then I got Deep Wisdom for intelligence, mana, energy shield. And then I made a beeline, and I made a beeline straight over here to Trickery. Now, the reason I've done this is because when you play a witch, there's not a lot of damage over time nodes by the witch tree. All of the damage and chaos damage and all of that stuff, they're mostly by the trickster tree. Okay, that's why a trickster is typically easier to play starting out of these type of builds, because they get all of that damage kind of front loaded, right? Where with the witch, you don't really get any of that damage until kind of later on. Okay, so what I did is I went from left and I went straight on over, okay, and I went down and I grabbed Trickery. Okay, so that gave me some increased damage, some dex, intelligence. I got Blood Siphon, which gave me some life and gave me some strength. Got Coordination, right? And then what I actually did is I went to the right here and I grabbed Entropy, okay? And Entropy is damage over time, okay? And then I went up and I got Fangs of the Viper, which gave me chaos damage over time and 5% increased movement speed. Okay, and then I went up again and I got Resourcefulness, Cold-Hearted Calculation, and then I think I went all the way up until Growth and Decay, which gave me more damage over time. Then what I did is I came back down here and I grabbed Wasting, which is chaos damage over time. Alright, and then I've been grabbing a little bit of life over here because I need health in order to survive. So I grabbed Blood Drinker and I also grabbed this Mastery. Okay. Now, where am I headed on the tree from here? Okay, so this is where I am right now. Well, where I'm headed is I'm going to get Written in Blood. I'm going to get these. Okay. Then I'm going to come up. And I'm going to start grabbing a trophy. Either I'm going to go for a trophy first, or I'm going to get Whispers of Doom first. I could grab either or, and it really doesn't make a difference. But we need Whispers of Doom because I do plan on using curses with this build. Okay? So, I'll show you guys some of the gems that I have kind of going on right now. To give you an idea of the gems that I am using. I do want to make... I am not using the perfect setup. I don't have every single gem unlocked, of course, and I don't have every single thing set up exactly the way I want it, but this will give you a sort of an idea of kind of what I'm doing, right? So I do have a 4 link here on the on my Essence Drain. So I got ED, Control Destruction, Swift Affliction, Void Manipulation. Pretty self-explanatory, more chaos damage, more damage over time, stuff like that. Okay, on this one, I got Void Manipulation and I got Flame Dash. This doesn't make sense, right? So, I'm actually going to put Void Manipulation on Blight. So, I am running Blight as well. So, I got Infused Channeling, Efficacy, Blight, Control Destruction. Now, I don't need efficacy on this. What I need 3 blues and a green so I could put that Void Manipulation with Blight. Okay, right now I just have efficacy for extra damage, but efficacy will not go with Blight. And then I got Flame Dash. I got Malevolence, which you guys probably know what Malevolence is. It helps with your damage. It's an aura. Okay. And then I got Contagion, Increased Area of Effect, Arcane Surge. Okay. So the reason I got Increased Area of Effect is because I want my Contagion, I want it to be as big as I can kind of get it. That way I can spread that Essence Drain around, right? And then down here I got Temp Chains. And I think that's it. Oh, and I got Enfeeble. Enfeeble is one of my curses I'm going to use. And Temp Chains is another curse I'm going to use. Now, there's two ways I can sort of do the curse. There is a hex curse support or something like that I can get. I think I can get that in Act 6. That will allow me to run my curses. There's also, I could use Bane, of course, but I don't want to use Bane in this build. That's why I'm not using Bane. So Bane is another way to apply your curses, and I think there's another way I can apply my curses. You can get another gem that pretty much turns all your curses on all the time. So there's a couple of different ways, and there's a couple of different things I could kind of do. But that's my curses. So Enfeeble, Temp Chains, and then of course I have Despair on my staff, okay? And I have Discipline. Now Discipline is the only skill that I don't know if I'm actually going to run. What I need is a Veil Discipline. Now if I can get a Veil Discipline, I will probably switch that out for the regular Discipline. That way, you know, I just have more energy shield. Speaking of energy shield, what is the plan for this character? The plan for this character right now, I just need to get it to maps, okay? I'm going to get it to maps. I'm probably going to get as much life as I can. Eventually, if I can figure out how to kind of do it, and I can figure out, I'm going to import all my gear and stuff like that. I'm going to import it into Path of Building, and I'm going to look at some numbers, okay? And I want to figure out if I can go CI. Now, if you don't know what CI is Chaos Inoculation. What that allows you to do is you will have 1 life, but you will be immune to chaos damage, and you will be energy shield based. Okay, so instead of having life, you will have energy shield. However, in order to go Chaos Inoculation, I believe you need 4,000 to 5,000 ES. Okay, so if I can figure out a way to do that, we might go low. We might go CI. If I can't, I might have to go low life in order to pump out as much damage as I possibly can. That's an option. Or I can just go regular life kind of build. Okay, so that's my gear. That's my character after 1 day of playing. I do plan on playing probably a little bit tomorrow. And yeah, I'm having a ton of fun. Hopefully soon I'll be in maps, and I can start mapping. I'm really looking forward to some of those higher tier maps. I've seen some videos of some tier 17 maps. They look rather spicy, and yeah, it looks like a ton of fun. Before I leave, I do want to say that I do stream over there on Twitch. So my Twitch stream is twitch.tv/NevsGaming channel. Okay, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right now. And if you guys want to stop by, feel free to stop by. I would enjoy it. And yeah, until next time, I want you guys to take care, be safe, and peace. Bye, guys.